Good morning, students. Myself, Major Komal Katyal, Department of Zoology, GK Gowani Government College, Beenmal. Today, in continuation with lectures on embryology, I will discuss about oogenesis. आज हम बात करेंगे अंडजनन के बारे में. Now, in the first part, we will discuss about what are the functions of eggs. Eggs supplies one haploid set of chromosomes from the female parent to the future embryo. It supplies all the cytoplasm to the developing embryo. It supplies the reserve food material for the developing embryo in oviparous animals. Now, beginning our lecture with introduction to oogenesis, अंडजनन के बारे में प्रारंभिक. Now, to perform all these functions which we have read in my previous slide, egg cell is enlarged. It is packaged with the reserve food materials. It is programmed during maturation. It is covered with membranes of various kinds to protect the embryo during the development. So what we have discussed in the earlier slide, to perform all these functions during oogenesis, such type of development takes place. Now, what is oogenesis and how we can define oogenesis? किस प्रकार से हम अंडजनन को परिभाषित कर सकते हैं? Oogenesis is the creation of an ovum, that is an egg cell. It is the gametogenesis process in female. It involves the various stages of immature ova. Oogenesis is the process of meiosis in female organism from an oogonium to a primary oocyte, and from primary oocyte to a secondary oocyte, and from secondary oocyte to an ovum, which act as a functional female gamete. Oogenesis begins soon after fertilization as primordial germ cell, that is PGC, travel from the yolk sac to the gonads, where they begin to proliferate mitotically. तो अंडजनन क्या है? अंडे के निर्माण की प्रक्रिया या मादा के अंदर जो युग्मक जनन होता है उसको हम अंडजनन कहते हैं. Now, the germ cells multiply from only a few thousand to almost 7 million. It means approximately 70 lakhs. They become oocytes once they enter the stages of meiosis several months after the birth. Now called primordial follicles, they are made up of oogenic cells from the primordial germ cells surrounded by follicle cell from the somatic line. The oocyte is then arrested in the first meiotic prophase until the puberty. At puberty, between 4 to 10 follicles begin to develop, although only 1 to 2 are actually released. कहने का मतलब ये है कि जन्म के समय ही लगभग कुछ हजार से लगभग 70 लाख जो जर्म सेल्स हैं वो क्या करती हैं? प्राथमिक oocyte का निर्माण करती हैं. और इसके बाद जितना भी oogenesis या अंडजनन की प्रक्रिया है वो वहीं पर रुक जाती है जब तक कि मादा जननक्षम नहीं हो जाती. Surrounding each oocyte is a zona pellucida, membrana granulosa, and theca cell layer. These are the protective layer, as well as some of these layers are responsible for imbibing the nutrients. Each oocyte finishes its first meiotic division, creating a secondary oocyte and a polar body, which serves no further functions. So here there is a difference between the spermatogenesis and oogenesis. In the case of spermatogenesis, when primary spermatocyte is divided meiotically to form secondary spermatocyte, the size remains equal, while here there is formation of one secondary oocyte and one polar body. It means there is unequal distribution of cytoplasm. It begins the next meiosis cycle and is arrested in its second metaphase, at which point it is released from the ovary in ovulation. It will not finish the meiosis cycle until it encounters the stimuli of a sperm. So after the formation of one secondary oocyte and one polar body, the second, that is the next meiosis cycle begins, and it is arrested in the second metaphase, that is metaphase second, which is equal to the mitotic division, and the further meiosis cycle is arrested until it encounters the stimuli from the male gamete or the sperm. Now let us discuss about the structure of an ovary. Now what we have studied is depicted in this slide. First, ovary in the natural size, and then the structure of a developing oocyte, and inside a developing oocyte a ovum is developing. Now what are the different stages in oogenesis? अंड जनन में कौन कौन सी प्रावस्थाएं पाई जाती हैं? The different stages of oogenesis, like spermatogenesis, include the three phases: the multiplication phase, the growth phase, and the maturation phase. Unlike spermatogenesis, the process in oogenesis are more complicated, because as I told you earlier on, the oogenesis is responsible for formation of a functional ovum, and secondly, the ovum is responsible for providing all the cytoplasm. So first phase is the multiplication phase, पहली अवस्था गुणन अवस्था. दूसरी अवस्था वृद्धि अवस्था, the growth phase. The growth phase is highly elongated. Elongated, it means here the time period of growth phase is much longer than the time period of a spermatogenesis, and this growth phase is divisible into two phases. One, the pre-vitellogenesis, मतलब पीतक जन्म से पूर्व की अवस्था, and the second one is the vitellogenesis, that is पीतक जन्म अवस्था. And the third phase, like spermatogenesis, is the maturation phase, या जिसको हम हिंदी में परिपक्वन अवस्था कहते हैं. Now, beginning with the multiplication phase, which we have already completed in my previous slides, now we will discuss directly to the growth phase. The period of growth varies from a few days, that is from 6 to 14 days to 3 years, as in the case of frog. The period of growth also depends upon the type of egg and amount of egg to be stored. The increase in size, that is 27,000 times in the case of frog, from 15 micron to 2000 micron, in the mice from 20 micron to 70 micron, and from human being from 0.02 mm to 0.14 mm, and birds up to 40,000 micron. So it depends how much size is increased during the growth. It depends upon the amount to be stored in the ovum. As I told you, it comprises of two stages: the pre-vitellogenesis and vitellogenesis. During the pre-vitellogenesis, developing oocyte prepares itself for the vitellogenesis. What we have discussed in the previous slide are depicted here in the graphical representation, where you can see the size of the developing oocyte is increasing in the third year. Similarly, in this slide also, the 4 different stages of development of oocytes are shown. One, in the embryostoma, you can see in the A the size is much smaller, B slightly enlarged, but if we look at the C and D stages of Rana, there is, after the deposition of yolk, the size of oocyte increases manifold. Now we will discuss about the pre-vitalogenesis, पीतक जनन से पूर्व की अवस्था. So we are talking about the pre-vitalogenesis. The pre-vitalogenesis is basically responsible for increase in nuclear material, which includes overall increase in amount and number as applicable to the nucleic content. Secondly, it is also responsible for increasing in both kinds of nucleic acid. It means the amount of DNA and RNA, that is the deoxyribonucleic acid as well as ribose nucleic acid. There is increase in nuclear sac, which is the nucleoplasm, to form a germinal vesicle. There is formation of informosomes, which consist of messenger RNA coated with protein, and there is increase in number or amount of nucleolus. For example, in the Triturus, which is an amphibian, the one nucleolus to 600 nucleoli, and in Ceratodon from 1 nucleolus to 1000 nucleoli, and in Xenopus from 1 nucleolus to approximately 1200 nucleoli. The gene amplification. Gene amplification is defined as increase in the number of genes without undergoing mitotic cell division. It is also known as redundancy, and during the gene amplification there is increase in NOR, that is nuclear organizer region. Now we will discuss about the लैंप ब्रुश क्रोमोसोम्स. अब हम बात करेंगे लैंप ब्रुश गुणसूत्रों के बारे में. These chromosomes are special kind of chromosomes which are found in the developing oocyte, meaning developing oocyte specifically of the yolky eggs of bony fishes, amphibians, reptiles and birds, means those animals in which the amount of yolk is much greater than the active cytoplasm. Chromosomes of these developing oocyte increase greatly in length and develop long side loops which correspond to two chromatids, as you can see in the diagram shown on the left. Continuing with lamp-brush chromosomes, they resemble bristles of a lamp brush and hence the name is given as lamp brush. There are approximately 5000 loops are present in a lamp brush chromosomes. The non-histone and histone proteins are displaced and the DNA is exposed. The loops represent only 2 to 3% of the DNA, and the same thing is shown in the diagram on the right side. So the lamp brush chromosomes are basically responsible for preparing the DNA for much greater protein synthesis which will take place during the vitalogenesis. एक तरह से यह पीतक जनन से पूर्व केंद्रक के अंदर उपस्थित न्यूक्लिक अम्ल को प्रोटीन संश्लेषण हेतु तैयार करने की अवस्था होती है. This finishes my lecture on oogenesis. Today we have studied up to pre-vitalogenesis. आज हमने अंड जनन में पूर्व पीतक जनन अवस्था तक पढ़ा.